Now that you have unpacked your AmpliWave, you will find approximately 60 feet or 20 meters worth of wire cabling for your speakers. Now you will need to cut these, and you notice that on one end that it is already pre-cut and pre-spliced for the wires. So we're going to take a look at the tools needed to do this and how simple it is. Now there are some proper tools, or one proper tool, and this is going to be your wire cutter and wire stripper. If you don't have this, you can use some sort of needle nose plier, but something with the ability to cut the wire itself. And then you're going to want to have a little pocket knife or some sort of X-Acto knife to be able to cut the shielding around the wire itself. So let's go ahead and take a look at doing this. As I mentioned, your wire is already pre-cut on both ends of the 20 meter wiring. So go ahead and adjust or cut to the length that you need. Take your wire cutter and just cut. Once you have cut your wire to the length that you need, now you're going to want to be able to strip the wire shielding from here. You can either take your wire cutting tool and clamp down maybe halfway, and then you can rotate and spin, and that way you're going to be able to cut the shield. If you don't have that, if you have a regular wire cutter like this, you can do the same thing. Just rotate and spin. What you're trying to do is cut this shield around the wiring. Now, if you're going to use a pocket knife, be very careful doing that. Of course, you're going to want to be able to open up the knife, and once again, you're going to cut around the shield. So I wouldn't put my finger right there. You may want to put it on a surface, but you're going to want to be able to cut and, like I said, remove the shield. So another way that you can do it, if you have a pocket knife, is to actually cut this way, and then you can open up the shield, and then you can peel that off. So let's go ahead and do that. As I mentioned, be very careful. I'm only doing it this way just so you can see. If I was to do it myself without doing this as a demonstration, I would have it on a surface so it would be safer and I would not cut myself. But also remember, do not point this towards yourself, point it away from you. Now the shielding is pretty thick, so you may have to make several cuts through it in order to get through the shield. Once you've done that, you should be able to peel the shield back like so. So what I'm doing is splitting this shield apart to reveal the two wires inside. So you see the black and the white. Now, if you're doing it like this, be very careful that you do not cut the two wires on the inside. So what we want to do is we want to be able to reveal these two wires right here. Okay. You'll probably want to give yourself about 2 inches. So this is a little bit short, but now that I've done that, we could take and cut this end off. And what we want to be able to do now is we want to be able to remove the shielding around the white and the black and to expose the wire. Now again, it's going to be a little bit more tricky if you're going to use a knife like this. You don't want to cut into the copper wiring itself, but you could lay this down again on a flat surface and you can spin this around. Or if you have a proper wire cutting tool such as this, it makes it much easier. You just find the right size hole here. I clamp down about 50%. And when I mean 50%, I don't clamp down it to cut, but then I just kind of spin it around just so I cut through the shield, and then we should be able to pull that right off. And you see that? Once we do that, I twist the end so it's nice and tight so there's no fraying, and then this could go right into your speaker connection on the back of the AmpliWave or into the back of your speaker. And that's it. It's very simple. Once again, the proper tool is going to be this, your wire cutting tool. You can use actual needle nose pliers with a wire cutter in here. And you'll at least want to be able to use a pocket knife, but this, be very careful if you're going to use this. Again, it's up to you to be careful and to be safe. Thanks for watching.